Hello everyone, hope all of you are good enough. So today we are going to start new chapter, logarithm. So let's start with definition. So you can see on the screen an expression, and this expression is read as log a to the base b. Got it? Look here, this a is called argument and this b is called base. So this is not mandatory that to use only a here for argument and only b here for base. This is up to you. It's your choice. You can use whatever you want to use here. And it's a number when raised on b means when raised on base. Got it? Will produce a means will produce argument. Got it? Also both a and b greater than 0 means for log to be defined. We are talking about the condition for log to be defined. Argument and base both should be positive. Is it clear? And base should not be equals to 1. I hope it is clear till here. Now according to our definition, log a to the base b is a number. Let's say this number is equals to k. When raised to its base, here base is b, means when b is raised to the power k, we get argument. That is, here argument is a, means equals to a. Got it? This is called log form and this is called exponential form. So from log form, we can go to exponential form, and from exponential form, we can go to log form. Is it clear? In order to memorize, we can look like this. Argument equals to, this is what argument. So argument equals to, this is what base. Base to the power right hand side. Here right hand side is what? K. Got it? So remember like this, argument equals to base to the power right hand side. So this is our definition of logarithm. Let us do some example in order to have more clarity on the concepts based on the definition. Log x square plus 3 to the base x equals to 3. So this is what log form. We have to convert it in exponential form. So we can write like this is what base, this is right hand side. So base to the power right hand side equals to argument. Argument here is x square plus 3. Got it? Second example, log 32 to the base 2. We have to find out the value of this log. So according to our definition, it's a number. So let's say this is equals to alpha. Then convert it in exponential form. So this will be equals to base to the power right hand side, that is 2 to the power alpha equals to argument. Argument is 32 here. Is it clear? Now we have 2 to the power alpha equals to 32, and to 32 we can write 2 to the power 5. Now we have both on both side base equal, so we can compare the powers. Alpha is equals to 5. Got it? Also we can look like what should be the power of 2 in order to get 32. What should be the power of 2 to get 32? Of course this is what 5, so we can directly write down the answer 5. Got it? Now look here, log 9 to the base 3. We have to tell the value of log 9 to the base 3. Then we can directly write what should be the power of base, that is what should be the power of 3 to get 9, that is of course 2. So answer is 2 here. Log 5 to the base 25. What should be the power of 25 to get 5? Of course 25 to the power half, we will get 5 here. So answer is half. Is it clear? Log half to the base 64. If it is difficult for you to directly find out the answer, then you can simply go to the procedure. Got it? Here log half to the base 64. If you are unable to find out what should be the power of 64 so that we get half, then we have a procedure. Go by procedure. So according to procedure, this is a number. So let's say this is equals to k. Then by procedure, base to the power right hand side equals to argument. That is 64 to the power k equals to half. Is it clear? Then to half we can write 2 to the power minus 1, and to 64 we can write 2 to the power 6k. You can see on left hand side and right hand side we have same base 2, 2. Therefore we can compare the powers. That is 6k equals to minus 1. So we get k equals to minus half. Is it clear? Now next question, next example we can see. Example number 6. Log 243 to the base 81. If you can do directly, then it's very good. If you can't, then go by procedure. What should be the power of 81 so that we get 243? If it is a little bit difficult, then go by procedure. Let's say this is equals to a number equals to k, then 81 to the power k equals to 243. That is base to the power right hand side equals to argument. So 281 we can write 3 to the power 4. So that is 3 to the power 4k. And to 243 we can write 3 to the power 5. On both sides we have same base 3, 3. We can compare the powers for k equals to 5. So we get k equals to 5 by 4. Is it clear? Okay, let's move ahead. Next we have domain of logarithm. Domain of logarithm. For log a to the base b to be defined, we already told it in definition. First, argument should be positive, base should be positive, and base should not be equals to 1. These are the three conditions. That is, a positive means a belongs to 0 to infinity. 0 is not included. Got it? We are saying positive, and 0 is not positive, not negative. 0 is called non-negative number or non-positive number. Got it? And b positive means b positive and not equals to 1, means 0 to infinity and not equals to 1. So we can exclude 1 from 0 to infinity. So we can write like this, minus 1. Okay, it's a set having only one element, 1. Got it? If we talk about the graph of log, if base is greater than 1, if base is greater than 1 here, then graph is like this. Remember this graph. And if base here base is what? B. We are talking about base, not A. Here base is B here. It means when B is greater than 1, then graph is like this. Got it? The graph cuts the x-axis at the point 1, 0. Got it? And when base is between 0 and 1, here base is B. When B lies between 0 and 1, graph is like this. This is decreasing graph and this is increasing graph. Again the graph cuts the x-axis at 1, 0. Got it? Means when you will put input, here input is look here, we have log a base b. Got it? Here input is a. This is what variable here. So when we will put a equals to 1, we will get outcome 0. Got it? Then we will put a equals to 1, means log 1 base b. This is, we will get what? 0. That is outcome is 0. This is something like y equals to this. So we will get y equals to this. In place of a, we can write x if you are more comfortable with x. If we put x equals to 1, we will get log 1. So it means the value of log 1, whatever is the base, we always get outcome as 0. Got it? So therefore this point is 1, 0. This point is again 1, 0. Is it clear? Now, uh, again, let's do some more example based on domain. Based on domain. Uh, Domain is a very important part. It's a very important topic also. And again, a little bit difficult. Level of questions may vary from easy to very difficult. Okay. First example is log 5 base x square plus 1. Here we have to find domain. So first we come to argument. Is there any problem with argument? No, no problem. Because since it is what? Positive. Argument should be positive. So we have no problem with argument. Now we come to base. Is there any problem with base? No. Why? Because it is positive. And again, one more condition. This is positive, base is positive, fine. Got it? It means we can see x square plus 1 is always positive. Whatever is the value of x, we will get x square plus 1 as positive. So this inequality is always true. Whenever we have an inequality or equality which is always true, it means we can say answer is what? A real number. We can say x belongs to 1. Is it clear? Here also 5 is greater than 0. This inequality is satisfied, so we can say x belongs to 1. And the third condition is what? Base, that is x square plus 1. This should not be equals to 1. So from here we get x should not be equals to 0. Got it? Now, in order to write domain, we have three conditions: 1, 2, 3. Now we have to take intersection of these three conditions. After taking intersection, we will get R excluding 0. Because in R, 0 is included, but here we are saying x should not be equals to 0. Means we have to exclude 0. So we can write R excluding 0 like this. Is it clear? Now, second example. Example number 2. Log x minus 1 over x minus 8 to the base x plus 1. Again, we come to argument and see, is there any problem with argument? Directly we cannot say anything whether it is positive or negative. Got it? So we will apply the condition. For log to be defined, this should be positive. Got it? This is our first condition and we will solve it. Now solve this inequality. It's an inequality of P over Q type. Got it? So from numerator we get a root 1. We will put it here on number line. From denominator, from this factor we get root as 8. So 8 will be on right hand side of 1. So we put 8 here on number line. Then I hope you know how to solve this inequality. Wavy curve method, if you remember, I told you in basic mathematics. So what is the procedure of wavy curve method? On rightmost side we put plus sign. Since the power of both the factors is odd, that is 1 1 here. So when we will be moving towards left, sign will be changed alternatively as we cross the roots: positive, negative, positive. I hope it is clear. Then an inequality sign is of greater than, means positive region will be our solution set. Got it? It means greater than 8 and less than 1. 1 will not be included since here we have only greater than. 8 also will not be included since we have only greater than sign. So let's say this is solution 1, S1. Let's say. Now come to base. Base should be positive. Got it? In order to log to be defined, base should be positive, that is greater than 0, that is x plus 1 greater than 0, we get x greater than minus 1. Got it? On number line, we can plot it like, make number line and positive, negative. Solution is what? Greater than minus 1 towards right. Let's suppose this is equals to S. Third condition, base should not be equals to 1. That is x plus 1 should not be equals to 1. Means 1 cancelled out. X should not be equals to 0. Let's suppose this solution is what? S3. Let's say S3. Now, then final solution will be the intersection of first condition, second condition, third condition. That is S1 intersection S2 intersection S3. Got it? To have more clarity, we can plot these solutions on the common number line. Common number line. Then S1 is what? Less than 1 and greater than 8. S2 is what? Greater than minus 1. Greater than minus 1. S3 is what? Not equals to 0. Not equals to 0. Okay. Now take intersection. Intersection part is what? This one. From minus 1 to 1 and from 8 to rightwards. Got it? Then minus 1 to 1. Then we have break. In order to join break, we use union. This symbol is called union. Union 8 to infinity. But somewhere in this interval, we get 0 also. But we are saying x should not be equals to 0. It means we will have to exclude 0. So we get, we write minus like this. Exclude 0. It's a set containing an element 0. Is it clear? Another way of writing, we can write like minus 1 to 0, union 0 to 1. 0 is not included, therefore open, union 8 to infinity. We can also write like this. Is it clear? I hope you have understood. Now example number 3. Example number 3. Log x square plus 3x plus 5 to the base x square minus 5. Again, first we will come to argument. Argument should be positive. First condition, this should be positive since it's a quadratic inequality. Got it? So first of all, we will find its discriminant. So that is b square minus 4ac. Apply. We will get b square, that is 9 minus 4ac, we get minus 20. 9 minus 20 is what? Minus 11, means it is negative. Got it? It means on left hand side, this quadratic is always positive. Got it? D comes out to be negative, means graph of this quadratic will be like this. This will not be touching x-axis, and that is always positive. Means this inequality is always gets satisfied whatever is the value of x. So we can write x belongs to R. So this is our first solution. So write S1. Is it clear? Now second part. Not second part, second condition. We will come to base. Is there any problem with this? Don't know. But the condition is what? We cannot say it is positive or negative. It depends on the value of x. Got it? Base should be positive. Base should not equals to 1. So this should be positive. X square minus 1 minus 5 should be greater than 0. Now factorize. We can write this is something like x square minus a square. Got it? To 5 we can write under root 5 square. So that is x minus root 5, x plus root 5, plot on number line, minus root 5 plus root 5. Outside the root will be the solution. Got it? I hope it is clear. Let's suppose this is S2. Then x square minus 5 should not be equals to 1. That is base should not be equals to 1. Now solve it out. We have 1 here. Take it to the left hand side. We will get minus 6, or we can say take minus 5 to right hand side. So we will get x square not equals to 6. That is x not equals to plus minus root 6. Got it? Let's say this is equals to solution S3. Now final solution will be what? S1 intersection S2 intersection S3. So final answer will be, take intersection of all these three solutions. We will get minus infinity to minus root 5 union root 5 to union root 5 to infinity. We can plot it on common number line if you want more clarity. I can show you. Look, make a number line. Minus root 5 minus root 6 will be somewhere here. This is root 5 minus root 6 will be somewhere here. S1 is what? X belongs to R. X belongs to R means complete x-axis. That's why this is S1. Got it? S2 is what? Less than minus root 5 and greater than root 5. Got it? And S3, x should not be equals to plus minus root 6. Got it? Means we cannot have this value. We can put hollow circle here. Got it? This will be S3. So take intersection. If we take intersection, then intersection part will be less than minus root 5 towards left and greater than root 5. Is it clear? This is intersection part. So this is what written over here, minus infinity to minus root 5. Then we have break. To join break we use union, then root 5 to infinity. But somewhere in this interval we get minus root 6 and root 6 also. So we have to exclude these values. So we can write minus, we will make a set over here, minus root 6 comma root 6. Is it clear? So this is our final answer. Got it? So next we have properties of log, and we will do this property of log in our next lecture. So in this lecture I think this is sufficient. Okay, fine.